Yeah, so I picked, I was up in Canada a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I had a visit with a guy called Tanner Kerr, a coach up there. Really, really great strength and conditioning coach. And he put these movements in at like the start of a speed session just to get the back moving. Because there's this buzz around this spinal engine at the moment.
Right.
And all it is really gait and what happens in your spine as you move. Because obviously you've got one hip going forward, one shoulder going back. And if you look at salamanders and stuff like that from above, the way they move, they kind of swivel along with this spinal engine. So I use some of these drills just to kind of get some of that rotation and some of that lateral movement warmed up. So the first one is split squat position here, knee on the ground. We're just going to go overhead, and from there we literally just swivel back and forth.
And just kind of here?
Yeah. So we try not to rotate too much on this one. We kind of just try and go side to side. So the hip should go one way, shoulder should go the other.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah. You get a little bit of a stretch through the obliques. I tend to do about 10 to 20 of these before switching around. The other thing I've found with these movements is, especially when I'm not getting much therapy, tends to keep the physio away for a little bit. Like I just find that my back will be a little bit looser.
Just a small amount of.
Yeah, a bit more consistent with it.
Yeah, it's funny because you're getting like small amounts of like internal, external rotation of the hips too.
That's the other thing, yeah, locking yourself in this split squat position. And then we'll do one in a moment, which will kind of teach us to disassociate a little bit from the hip to the thoracic spine.
Gets you warm right away.
It does, it does. So next one, we're going to use the med ball now. So I'll go first and then you go, just because we need this or lighter really. When it gets a bit heavy, we start to muscle it a little bit and it becomes a problem.
Stick this in the corner.
So we'll come up a notch into a standing position. From there, we're going to hug the med ball and spin like this. The easiest thing to do is to keep your eye line straight down so you can maintain your balance. Start kind of easy with the range of movement because you will feel some stuff in the hips. You really feel
your chest.
Yeah, so just a nice hug, anything that feels really comfortable.
And you're kind of down like this?
Yeah. Yeah, try and hug it a little bit more with the forearms like you're giving someone a hug. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, like that. And then just
swivel side to side. Yeah, there we go. So just don't try and go too far with the range of movement at first. It's just kind of a rhythm. Nice. You feeling some stuff going on at the hips as well with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of balance.
It does, yeah. There we go. Now we're talking.
That feels awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And then, yeah, I'll do other side.
Yep.
Feels real good after standing up for a couple of hours.
Yeah, right? All the podcasting we were doing. A couple chiropractic crocs in there.
Yeah. Now we can take this up a level. So the balance side of things, this is really going to challenge. So we're going to go arms out. Again, for me, the key is to keep my eye line down because otherwise I'm going to be rocking and rolling all over the place. Usually I'll do this with a slightly lighter medicine ball as well. But then...
Oh, nice.
Almost lost it. Yeah, it's quite a heavy one to do it with. Nice. That's good work through the T-spine. Yeah, that's what you want to do. So yeah, that gets everything moving pretty nicely.
That feels really good.
We can go into other ones like lunge variations and stuff, but what I'm gonna, because that's been very kind of T-spine focused.
Right.
We're gonna get into the hips. So what you see in sprinting, and it's something that people talk about a lot, that the top, people that are quick will do, and it's the hip lock. So what happens is obviously we're neutral here, and then when the knee lifts, we get that movement. And then you'll see this in good sprinters. You'll also
So the
get
hips are going this way and this way.
And then you see it in distance runners. They get that drop sometimes. People who are getting a lot of overuse injuries. So this is a real good activator for this. And we start literally sitting down with our legs straight. We can have legs up if our flexibility is a little bit of an issue. But from here, we're literally going to walk on our bum bones. So on this rep, we can do whatever you want with your hands. Your knees can be slightly bent or straight. And from here, just going to walk on your bum bones.
Tushy walk.
Yeah.
Donnie Thompson's a big fan of these, powerlifter.
Oh, really?
For your back. Supposed to be good for your lower back.
Interesting. I've not seen it done elsewhere, so that's interesting for me to hear.
Yeah, he thought that this movement was really good for people with back injuries.
Yeah. And then did you do it backwards as well?
I think so.
Yeah, so I usually do hands free, forwards and backwards. There we go.
It's weird because you're like not sure what you're doing. You're like, how am I going nowhere fast?
But then if you take a look what the spine's doing, it's not too far off what you're doing when you're sprinting.
It feels like therapeutic on my butt too, because like just like tight muscles in there. So it's almost like a myofascial release going on at the same time.
Yeah, I think there's a load of activation you're getting in the hip flexors as well.
Right.
So usually if I do these, like if I feel like my knee lift's a little bit off, I do a few of these. It feels way better. You see now, your hips are moving way better than they did on the first rep.
Yeah, it's like you learn the art, like you kind of forget that you have the ability to like lengthen your hip.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and then that pelvis is just rotating up and over on each one. Getting way more range now.
Whew, it's tiring.
Yeah, it'll get you.
Burns those suckers out.
Yeah, so you get that condition element as well. And then if I want to make it even harder, I'll go hands above head.
Oh shit.
Even if you want to make it really hard.
Oh shit. Bonus round.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's challenging.
Try it overhead. Yeah, that's weird. That's sick.
Yeah. Pretty cool, right?
Yep. Thank you for that.
No, it's all good. So yeah, if I want to take the initial stuff we did a step further, I'll go into a kind of lunge series with it. So either medicine ball or a bar overhead, and I'll lunge in, pivot, lunge, and equally do the same thing with the rotation.
Ah. Yeah, my friend Corey was telling me, and I haven't even tried it yet, which I should do it. He said just to sprint with one of these. You know, he's like...
above head.
Basically, yeah, sprint. He's like, sprint with one of these, just... Yeah, either like, you know, above your head, you know, to kind of keep yourself like stiff on purpose, but then also kind of behind for almost like a squat. Oops, my arms are tight.
Yeah.
But yeah, to kind of rotate. He said you'll feel like a total idiot, but
yeah,
he was like, just for me, for like moving my spine, not for sprinting mechanics.
Yeah, so it will encourage your rotation to come from your spine rather
Right.
than it just be a piston action of your shoulders. Yeah, it's good for core strength as well. Core strength is probably the wrong term. At least, core involvement,
Right.
maximum velocity, postural awareness. What you do get though, which is an issue with the certainly with the stick above head, is it can push people into bad positions, especially if they haven't got the prerequisite mobility. In the
Right,
shoulders.
right.
So they get there, and then they're like, this, and then they're doing the sprint drills here.
Yeah.
So you're like, that was the opposite of what you're trying to get from the movement. Yeah. So I think, as far as like microdosing a little bit of movement in that's specific to getting the rotation and some of the spinal engine that you need when you're sprinting, and some of the specific conditioning that you need in the hip flexors, as you felt with that hip lock drill. What did you call it? Tushy walks?
Yeah.
Tushy walks.
Tushy
you
walks.
heard it here first. Tushy walks. I've been trying to find a name for these, so okay, Tushy walks.
Yeah, it makes it sound more fun.
It does, yeah.
Like, oh, you haven't done your Tushy walk yet today?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to implement this right away. It was easy stuff to implement, and the twisting with the med ball. You said normally you use something maybe a little lighter, 15 maybe?
Yeah.
15
So
pounds.
15 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean, we still did all right with that.
Yeah, I did fine.
We might have been a little bit more fluid if it was slightly lighter.
Yeah.
But shout out Coach Tanner Care for those ones. Hopefully they're things that you can use that are going to make you feel a little bit better every day.
Awesome. That's Bend the Bounce. I'm Mark Smelly Bell. Strength is never weakness, weakness is never strength. Catch you guys later. Bye.